Henry Ford, the man who built the assembly line, the man who put the world on wheels, a titan of American capitalism. But what if I told you that this same man, this industrial giant, also poured money, machines, and hope into a rebel island across the ocean? Ford's story isn't just one of Model Ts and Detroit factories. It's a story of famine and exile, of Irish ancestors who fled hunger, and of a son who returned with power enough to change the destiny of a nation still shackled by empire. This is the story of Henry Ford, a man who never forgot he was Irish and did what he could to empower his people. Before the roar of engines, before Detroit, before the assembly line, there was a tiny village in West Cork called Ballynass-Cathy. This was the soil that birthed Henry Ford's story. His father, William Ford, was born here in 1826. The family were tenant farmers, Catholics tied to the land, but never secure upon it. Then came the Great Hunger. Fields went black with rot, bodies lined the roadsides, and in 1847 William fled. Like so many Irish, he crossed the Atlantic, leaving famine and empire behind for the promise of America. Henry was born in Michigan in 1863, but the sound of exile still haunted the household. And it wasn't just his father's Cork blood that tied him to Ireland. His mother, Mary Littlegot, was of Belgian descent, but was adopted by a family Irish stock. This family traced back to Fair Lane, a street in Cork City. When Henry built his grand estate in Dearborn, he named it after that lane, a quiet tribute to his mother's Irish roots. In 1912, flush with success but still restless, Henry Ford came home. Not alone, but with his wife Clara at his side and his only son, young Edsel, in tow. They walked Cork streets, kissed the stone at Blarney Castle, and stood on the land where famine had once driven their family out. Locals whispered the famine's emigrant son had come home a king. To the locals, he was not just a billionaire industrialist, but a son of Cork come home, and introducing his family back to his ancestral land. And that homecoming would plant the seed for one of the strangest chapters in Ireland's long fight for freedom. The island that Henry Ford returned to in 1912 was no peaceful homeland. It was a land rumbling beneath the weight of rebellion. 4 years later came the Easter Rising of 1916. Irish rebels seized Dublin, declaring an independent republic. The rebellion was crushed in blood and fire, but the executions of its leaders lit a fire in the people's hearts. The old dream of freedom had become an unstoppable tide. Across the Atlantic, Irish America was watching. In New York,